On the phone with us is Levi.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, Levi?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
All right.
We're doing well.
What's your question, buddy?
All right. So some scientists are saying that there's probably life on other planets. Wouldn't life showing up on another planet kind of prove like evolutionary theory and show that we weren't designed? Life just shows up wherever?
Good question. I have a question for you, Levi. Do you have a second?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope this doesn't take too much of your time, but
I'm extremely busy, so I don't know.
How many aliens have you met, Levi?
From Earth or like legal or
No, not illegal aliens, like extraterrestrials.
Not many.
Not many. Okay, right. See, here's kind of the deal. Now, some people would say that they have aliens, but we don't actually have any legitimate, hardcore proof that aliens exist. And so, it's kind of a good question. What if life appeared on other planets? Would that disprove God's existence, or would that disprove that God created the universe? But first, we haven't actually discovered life on other planets yet. Second, we have to say this, and let me say this very clearly. Just because life shows up somewhere else doesn't mean God doesn't exist, because life can show up wherever God puts it.
Right. If it's a good plan, it's repeatable.
Sure. I mean, if God put life here on Earth, he might have put life on Alpha Centauri. No, actually not on Alpha Centauri. That's a star.
That's a star.
Well, he could have, I guess. But we actually know, scientists say that carbon-based life breathes oxygen and uses water is probably what we're going to find if we find anything.
Right.
Now, what we're kind of talking about here, and thanks for calling, Levi, what we're talking about here is the Drake equation. The Drake equation basically says, look, there are so many stars out there, and there's so many solar systems and galaxies, there's billions upon billions, and so there has to be life on some of those. But what they do in the Drake equation, it's actually, the Drake equation is n equals r times fp times ne times fl times fi times something, fc times l. There we go. That's the Drake equation. And I'm
an extreme layman. You may better explain that one to me.
Okay, basically, the n is the civilization in the Milky Way that we can contact. And R is the rate of formation of stars, and they say the rate of formation of stars times the fraction of stars with planetary system times the number of planets with water, blah, 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 figures out how many planets in the solar system or the universe would have life. The only problem is they assume there's only those 6 or 7 things that are needed for life, but there's a lot more that's needed. Hugh Ross from Reasons to Believe, who wrote a new book that we're probably going to be reviewing pretty soon, actually. Hugh Ross put together a list of things that are needed for life. Do you know how many things he came up with?
How many?
154 things.
Wow.
Like a galaxy cluster type, like the fact that our galaxy is in the right type of cluster so that mergers don't disrupt our solar orbit, and if it was too sparse, there'd be insufficient material in our solar system and our galaxy to let an infusion of gas come to sustain star formation. I mean, you have to have the right galaxy cluster.
Right.
You have to have the right time. You have to have the right biomass to comet infall ratio, meaning like, I mean, a lot of the stuff our brains, we don't even know what he's talking about. But basically, there are 154 things that have to happen for life to exist on any given planet.
Okay.
So it's not that simple.
Truth Revolution.